On Friday, our champion trainer Gavin Smith sends out a whole lot of runners again. His horses have been holding form for the last year and a half. Great to be chatting to Gavin as well, our champion. And he's got a couple of runners in the first race. He kicks off, Gavin. In race one, you've got a couple of runners. You've got two global babies, Global Banker and Global Force. Global Banker, I see the computer form comment said there, will run well if not to green.
Yeah, he's a nice big horse, Neil, and he does good work at home, especially on the grass. He's got a huge action, and he's a nice top. Expecting a decent run from him. Obviously, taking on horses that have had runs and had experience, and I do feel he's going to be a bit green. But yeah, he's got to start off.
You've also got Global Force, had a fair debut, running fifth, first time out.
Neil, both Global Force and Parsies have come on from that run, and I do expect improvement. They're showing more speed at home, and they are clever, and they've trimmed up in the right places.
All right, we move on to race two, and yeah, Gaetana relocated from Gauteng. You've also got Reggie's Girl that relocated from Gauteng, having their first starts here. And then you've also got the Little Girl, a Grays in filly, having her first start, and JP's on her.
Yeah, the Little Girl is a filly Anthony bred himself. I expect her to be a bit green. She's showing nicely at home. She showed nicely on the grass, but I do expect her with the horses around her to be on the green side, maybe in the back end of quartets. Gaetana, she's a speedy filly, but very, very naughty. Difficult to work with. And she's got her tricks at home, so we'll have a lead pony with her. And Reggie's Girl, she run thereabouts in Joburg, and not too far off them, Neil. And I think, starting her off in this type of race will be the right thing for her. I wouldn't leave her out.
Moving on to race three, that's pick six time. You've got Last Survivor. He improved back on the turf last time out, which I was glad to see. And then you've got Myers Cat, which has KZN form relocating to us.
Yeah, Myers Cat seems to be looking for a little bit further, but the 6 furlong Fairviews are testing 6 furlong, Neil. So also he's looking for a bit further, can shape up in a 1200. He's settled in nicely, he's a nice top, and he's doing good work at home. The other boy, Last Survivor, he's picked it up after that last run, and I do expect him in the quartets.
Now in race 4 you have 4 runners, they're all useful. Aspiring to Rain has won over course and distance.
Yes, he has. His work at home's fair. I wouldn't leave him out the quartets, Neil.
Duke of Orange raced on the Poly for almost a year, now trying the turf for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, well, Poly racing is only starting up again in a month's time, and he's doing good work at home, and he's at fair form. I do feel he'll enjoy himself. The long straight, you can hide him away.
Now Globe Tonic, I fancied last time out to double up again. I was a little bit disappointed. Are we going to see the Globe Tonic back from its penultimate start?
Yeah, he's still a colt, Neil, and he tends to play around a little bit. I do feel, if he's switched off in the race, then he's going to be running at him, and I do feel the 7 furlongs is going to suit him.
Now Motor City Hitman improved lengths last time out, running a good 4th.
He did, and he ran against strong company. He's just got a very wide draw to overcome. So you're going to just need some luck in running, Neil.
Gavin, race 5, a couple of runners. You've got Dame of Flames, ran on well last time. Flame Flower, better than her last start, I believe. And Sacred Lotus, who I think maybe prefers Poly.
I tend to agree with you. I think Sacred is slightly better on the Poly, but there's no Poly now, so we're running. Dame of Flames, a fair type of run. And Flame Flower also, fair type of run, fair form. She'll be knocking, but it's a competitive field that now.
Yeah, very strong. Now race 7, Aerial View, having its first run since relocation from KZN, Samanga Kamalo aboard. Heart's Ease lost away recently, if you look at the form. And then River Cafe loves the Poly as well. Also back, once again, if you're racing on the turf, you've got to take your chances.
Got to take your chances, Neil. Horses have got to earn. River Cafe is in a very good place. Her work has been good, but there's a big question mark on the grass of the long straight. She's been loving the Poly. The other 2 girls, I do expect them to be thereabouts. Filly from Natal, I think she may just be in need of a hard run, Neil, to bring her to peak.
Okay, that's Aerial View. The finishing off the day in race 8, you've got Bold Strike, 2 good runs in a row. Cane Lime and Soda tries a turf again. And then let's touch on the others later, but let's start with Bold Strike.
Holding form, Neil, he's always thereabouts, and ending the day off in this type of a race, this division, he's got to have a shot. He's always got a shot.
Cane Lime and Soda?
Same with him. He's got to put it together, Neil. And I do feel he'll enjoy the long running. Back on the turf, he's going to enjoy himself.
Now, Dirty Martini looked $1 million last time. What can we expect?
I expect the same sort of run. He ran a nice race last time. The run before was maybe even a better run. His last run might have been a bit close, and he's coming into this fresh with a lightweight. He's also got to be knocking, Neil.
Jack and Ginger has that second run after rest.
Second run after rest. It was a nice run last time. I'm just hoping he runs the same type of a race.
And then the recent winner in the race is Jaspero. Can we see a double up there, or at least a place chance?
I'm sure we can. He holds form, and he's effective turf and Poly, Neil. And he's in a good place at home, and he's working well. He's looking tremendous.
I think that sums it up completely there for the Gavin Smith stable. Horses are looking good. They've been looking good for quite some time. They've been running accordingly, and most of the runners are the punters' friends.